Please welcome Frank now. Frankie Flowers. Ooh. Where's Frank?
Where am I?
You know what? We're talking about how to be good to your bees. Bees are so important. Now, I mean, the bees are absolutely everywhere in our backyard, and I have such a different take on them now because I know that they're in danger. Therefore, we're in danger.
Yeah, about 35%.
We need them.
Yeah, about 35% of the population of bees each and every year are declining. The reason for that is something called neonics, and it's neonicotinoids, which is a pesticide. What's happening though right now is the European Union has banned neonics. Canada is going to be following suit as well. So I really wanted to take some time to first off make you aware of neonicotinoids. There are a lot of companies right now saying we will not buy from your farmers, or they will not buy any flowers grown with the use of neonics. It's actually a pesticide put in seed. Okay. So right now, be aware of it. Yeah. And also learn a little bit about bees and what makes them so great. So, you know, I thought I'd bring you a hive today from Dicky Bees.
There's no bees in there.
This is a production hive that, there's no bees. It's already been used for a while. We're going to open it up. And what happens with a production hive, what they're going to start off with is they're going to put these in first. Okay. So as they put these at the beginning of the season, you can see it's just plastic. Yeah. But as the bees start to fly in, the bees actually start to work.
Oh my gosh.
And when they start to work, they start to put down wax. And in the wax itself, they bring pollen, and the pollen is what they feed the little bees. The worker bee, is it male or female?
She's a female.
You know it. You know it. Yeah, the worker bee is indeed a female. And the males are called the drones, and the drones go through and they actually help to pollinate the queen. The queen is the one that rules in the hive.
Yes, she does.
A hive like, yes, she does. That's why bees are so important.
She's on top of things.
Yeah, females rule this world, by the way. Like my world, too. But a hive like this can produce about 100 pounds of honey.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
This little hive.
A little hive, busy like a bee, and bees are the only insect in the entire world that produce food for us. Okay. Produce food in the form of honey and pollen and whatnot, but also the food you eat. So you look at the flowers that we have in front of there. It's a collection of pollinating plants, plants that actually have blooms on them, plants that encourage bees to come into your garden. Remember that a bee, if left alone, is not going to bite you. Bumblebees, as a matter of fact, what I do with the kids all the time is I pet the bums of bumblebees.
Do you?
Yeah, bumblebees, they're so lazy. They're great pollinators, but you can just pet the bums on them. And honeybees as well will totally leave you alone.
Why do they ever sting then?
Well, it's only when they're threatened.
Because you got in the way?
You know what, the best way to describe it is, you know when they talk about a scared cat in a corner, when you corner a cat?
Yeah.
Well, a bee that's going to sting is a cornered bee, one that you're going to sit on or you're going to swat or whatnot. Remember that a bee, as soon as it stings you, it's going to die. So it really doesn't, that's last resort for a bee.
Okay.
Now, of course, we have another little collection of plants in the front here, but I just wanted to talk about some of the great things they produce. And, you know, we showed you the wax, but, you know, that's beeswax, which can be used for candles and so many great things. One thing a lot of people don't know about is right here, and this is the bee pollen. The bee pollen itself, so this is what they bring to the hive, is protein. This is what they feed the hive.
Oh, you know what? I've heard about bee pollen. Like, you can add that to your cereals, your smoothies, your oatmeal.
100%.
Yeah, it's very good for you.
And also, what studies have proven is that this can help with allergies. If you have allergies to pollinating plants, this can actually boost your immune system.
That's interesting.
And it's a little bit coarse, though, so just eating it on its own is not great.
Yeah,
now,
mix it.
Let's talk about honey itself. So you can see this honey right here, which is a wonderful honey. Look at how dark that honey is. You want to try it?
Oh, I love honey, honey.
You love honey, honey?
I do.
Well, sweetie, here you go.
Thank you.
So this is a darker honey, and the color difference in between the different types of honey is all based upon the type of flowers. That's buckwheat. So that's buckwheat bloom.
I mean, it's sweet as all honey is, but it has a specific flavor to it.
It's a little bit more pungent, I would say. Now you go to a wildflower, and you can see with the wildflower, it's a clearer honey that's there. And I'll get you to try this one too. I know you have a little bit on that.
But then I'm going to dip my spoon.
We can double dip. Don't worry about it. I'll give these all to you so you can taste the difference that's there.
Oh, much lighter.
Much lighter.
Yeah.
And that's based upon the season. So this one here is an earlier season harvest. So if you look at the colors, another lesson learned too is when it's unpasteurized honey. Do you know what that means?
No.
Okay, unpasteurized honey means that if it ever crystallizes, you know when your honey gets hard?
Yes.
All you have to do is heat it. Reheat it, so put it in a little bit of boiling water, and it'll liquefy it. You can only do that with unpasteurized honey. If it's pasteurized honey, you can't do that with that.
Oh, okay, so you want the unpasteurized. Is that what you want?
That's the purest, the most best. And remember, honey has been proven to soothe your throat, to help with your throat. It's actually one of the perfect foods. It's an excellent sweetener. It has so many antioxidants.
Totally natural.
This here, which a lot of people don't know, which is propolis, this here is what's known as bee glue. So this is how they glue in the honey in the forgive me, in the colony.
Yeah.
And this here has so many inflammatory properties.
Oh.
It's such a great thing that you can use and put as a supplement. So
see, I hadn't heard of that one.
when you look at the bee world, there's a lot of things to have a great buzz about.
They're helping us out, and that's what's important to remember.
And support your local Dickey bees.
Yeah.
4th generation.
Nice.
Support your local honey people.
Yes, you should.
Because they're sweet.
Yes, they are, just like you, honey. Thank you. Let's go to break. More coming up.